And now it's time for the Thamesmen.
Hello, we are the Thamesmen.
How you doing, George?
I am excellent, sir. How are you?
Good.
Yes.
Really enjoyable. Actually, after that last track, really on top form.
Yeah, well, we're in the middle of our Pink Floyd versus Pink Floyd. This is part 2. And Alex had a cracking track which came in at the top one of these days. And 19.2, it's going to be a tough one to beat. But
Floyd have got such a catalogue, such an amazing catalogue. It can be beaten. But what track have you got?
I'm going for a classy alternative. I am going for a like master class in David Gilmour guitar.
Really?
Yeah, He is like this is from the AOL sessions. Gilmour, Richard Wright is there. 2006, I think it is. AOL used to do these live recording sessions, and they got some amazing material. And so this is one of those, and it is High Hopes. Is the track.
Yes. I love the bell on High Hopes. How the rhythm goes around that bell all the time. I would crap my load if I was the drummer about that bell. Excellent. Looking forward to this one. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good.
All right. So are you all queued up?
Yes, I am.
Get into this. It's a good track to go.
What's that down there?
Nothing to see here.
You. I've just seen that down the bottom. Oh, I wonder who just bought a green screen.
You've got to test it out, and I'm just putting some test messages on it to see if it works. That's all.
Great. Yeah.
It says the Thamesmen. That's who we are.
It's gonna be your personal pipeline. It's gonna be your telephone number and call here for a good time. You know what I mean? If you're favor for it.
See, look, like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe.
Favor for a sailor, $5 around the world. You're gonna be down the docks with your green screen, right?
Best $13 I've ever spent, mate.
That's good. I like that, but I don't like the message. Right, I'll get you back on that one.
You're gonna get your own green screen, then, aren't you?
I've just gone pink.
Pink screen. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, if you key out the color pink, you'll just vanish. Like your whole head would just disappear.
Can we move on now? Right. All right. Okay.
Sorry, getting carried away. Right. All right.
I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this.
High Hopes. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
The place we lived when we were young, in a world of magnets and miracles. Our thoughts strayed constantly and without boundary. The ringing of the division bell had begun. Along the long road and on down the causeway, still be there by the cut. There was a ragged band that followed in our footsteps, running before time took our dreams away, leaving the myriad small creatures trying to tie us to the ground. life consumed by slow decay. The grass was green, the light was brighter, with friends surrounding. The nights of wonder, looking beyond the embers, the bridges glowing behind us, to a glimpse of how green it was on the other side. Steps taken forwards, but sleepwalking back again, dragged by the force of some inner tide. At a higher altitude, with flag unfurled, we reach the dizzy heights of that dreamed of world. Encumbered forever by desire and ambition, they're the hunger still unsatisfied. Our weary eyes still stray to the horizon, though down this road we've been so many times. The grass was green, the light was brighter, the taste was sweeter, the nights of wonder, with friends surrounded.
It's amazing. That is just perfect.
Just
I mean,
one of the greatest musicians alive.
And just that last bit, it's sort of like as it gets quieter and quieter, it's like it's the definition of less is more. You know, just
He's
like
such a master that everyone around him was supporting actors. He's got the guitarist from Roxy Music. He's got the drummer from Crosby, Stills and Nash. He's got Richard Wright, and they're all just bit parts supporting him. The guy
on that track.
sang. He played guitar, rhythm guitar.
Slide
He
guitar.
then did the solo. Then he did the slide guitar. Then he went back, and all the supporting actors were there playing their part perfectly. And the solo just.
I mean, it is beautiful, really, really beautiful, and just like it's like he's almost hardly touching the strings. You know,
He
it's
just plays with emotion,
gentler and just that was absolutely perfect. That was, and it was a nice counterpoint to what we saw
yes,
before. You know, where it was been the big stadium gig with the lights and the rats and the all the stuff. You know, it was something way more intimate. It was just them in a studio playing. You know, and it was beautiful. So
and it felt intimate as well, didn't it? Without the crowd there, you felt like you were alone.
in the room.
He's such an emotional player playing such an emotional song, and you get sucked in with it. And as you said, less is more, and he's picking his notes, and you don't want it to end, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's a magic piece, real magic piece. I think we need to just take a real quick break just for our sponsors. We've got to keep the lights on, and so let's just take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The water in Mallorca doesn't taste like what it ought to.
No. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it ought to.
The water in Mallorca doesn't taste quite how it should.
Majorca.
Mallorca?
Majorca.
Mallorca?
Hi, Dale, any change of some refreshment in here?
Here you are. Get your laughing gear in there.
Oh, golly. The water in Majorca
What's that?
don't taste like what it ought to. Gosh. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it ought
She's cracked it. She's only cracked it.
You're absolutely wrong.
Heineken refreshes the parts what other beers cannot reach.
Yeah, there might be better versions of that song. Where maybe in Cadence or whatever. But as you said, it was just it was such an intimate
Different.
Intimate
It's almost like a different track from those versions because it is lighter and softer and intimate and so even though it's the same tunes, it's a different thing, a different animal altogether.
I know a couple of things about this song. Number one, that his second wife Polly, who's just released a book which I'm just about to read, but she wrote the lyrics because he really wanted. She said that they married because he needed a new lyricist. But and she's a writer, and the lyrics about them in the past, and she did a lot of the lyrics off the Division Bell, and the lyrics are really good, really good.
Yeah.
And also, second to last word or second to last line is the Endless River, and the Endless River is then when they were recording the Division Bell, they were going to do one side with just music, no vocals, and one album, double album, and one with music, and they didn't do the instrumentals. But then when Richard Wright died, then they pulled all that work together and made a cohesive album, and it was called The Endless River. So the last word from that song, of the Division Bell, then goes to the first words or the first the name of the next album, which is a fantastic album as well, Endless River.
Well, I had to drop some pictures in down here and things like that. But
Yeah.
brilliant.
Right.
Well, it's going to be a tough one to score, this one, isn't it? But
I just want to thank you, actually, because having an evening of being able to sit down with a friend and listen to that with headphones together was just magical.
it was magic. And I think everyone should just do it every once in a while. The sort of act of sitting down and listening to music is a mighty powerful thing, I think. And we don't do it enough, any of us really, do we?
Having headphones on and actually taking the time my day to sit down and listen with headphones intently to The Endless River by Division Bell by Gilmour or Floyd. That was a real magical moment of my day.
Yeah, it's perfect, excellent. So I would say it's time for our scoring. So it must be time for
Wangers and Bangers.
Okay, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. A little bit different track, but beautiful and just suits our mood. So Alex, as this is my track, where are you going to come in at?
I'm going to say something quite controversial here.
Oh yeah.
It is not true Floyd for me, as in it's got Roger Walters, but what is true Floyd, right? Because first of all, you had Barrett, then you had Walters, who was head of the band, or self-proclaimed king. Then he got disposed, and then Gilmour is. Yeah, so there's been 3 variations, but it is a Gilmour show. Yeah. And it's even Dave Gilmour, right? And the Division Bell album, that was the best track off it. So I'm just going to take it down a little notch, but still, what a bloody song. 9.3, which is a good score.
We're up in the high numbers tonight. Yeah. I mean, it is Pink Floyd. It is at their finest, or David Gilmour, should we say, in this instance. I picked this track. I'm actually going bigger, and I think I'm a 9.4. Honestly, I thought it was lovely, really lovely, and just, moving, really moving, and like you said,
that's
back to him
score.
playing with emotion. That was pure emotion.
Yeah. Have you on YouTube? He's been doing the Von Trapped weekends, right? So they're to lead up to his wife launch book. They've been doing, and they couldn't go on tour, so they did these little kind of with his daughter and son. He did these little kind of sets on Facebook, live on Facebook. If you now go on YouTube and look at Von Trapped, you'll see David Gilmour do a load of Leonard Cohen covers. Suzanne, Bird on a Wire, and also sing with his daughter Romney, and just absolute little fantastic little vignettes of him at home with his acoustic guitar and his daughter singing, and they're just out now on YouTube, or Facebook. Go and check it out.
Well, maybe we could post a link in the below, so people can find it and things like that. So I'll check that out. So,
all right, where did it come up on the bar?
Okay, get far up the old scoreboard, and we had a 9.3 and a 9.4. So I think that's 18.7.
Oh, he deserved it.
He did deserve it. It was a goodie. So where's that going to put it? Oh,
on the laser scoreboard, not 2.
It's gonna split the Led Zeps.
Oh, they need splitting. I think they've been split a few times already, but
very respectable.
You gave Led Zeppelin a nice little finger there.
Easy tiger. Right, so there we go.
Can you read out the top 5?
Top 5. Pink Floyd. One of these days. Our personal favorite, which is going to annoy people. Dandy Warhol's Bohemian Like Me. Led Zepp, Dazed and Confused. Oh my God! But we need to do that again. Remember, because we didn't get the whole track, so we need to spend some time. And because that was a lovely evening.
Apparently we cut it off. Apparently we cut it off just before the really good bit.
Well, it was maybe we couldn't take any more. We'd blown off at that point.
Also, Dandies, we need to take them down. So I wrote to the keyboard player who watched it, and she said that was great. Thank you very much. But she didn't leave a comment on the Thamesmen. So I think we should.
Rock star. She's not going to leave a comment.
Take her down.
No,
All right.
we can't. No, the dandies are awesome. We love the dandies. So
All right, let's move down. What are the other two below that?
so we had the Pink Floyd just now, High Hopes, Gilmour High Hopes, and then Led Zepp Gallows Pole. Remember that? Oh my God, that was so good. And then Muse Butterfly and Hurricanes. This is like just drop this in your playlist, shuffle, and you're in like music heaven.
And for anyone who's watching, we pretty much took the decision early on that we're really only going to play tracks we really want to listen to. We're probably not going to be, if you like Kiki D, probably not going to make the
If you know a Kiki D track, it's lovely. Just put it down in the comments.
Someone actually asked for a Kiki D track, so I've got to be careful on that one. Actually, I kind of kicked myself now. Okay. It could be a good track. Now I've got to go do Kiki D.
Now we've got to do it, mate. Well done.
Kiki D versus Kiki D.
Kiki D off.
Kiki D. What a name. Oh, what a beautiful daughter. What shall we call her? Kiki. Kiki D. Kiki A. Kiki B. No, Kiki D.
I don't think so. No. Excellent. Well, I think that was a bloody good track. I mean, we're building these playlists up, and in our earliest videos, we talked about our plan and when we, and like a big old road trip. Well, I'm not going to go into it now, but we're going to have an epic soundtrack when we do our road trip, Alex. It's going to be, we're going to have to buy an old banger, and we're going to have to, the first thing we're going to do is take it to the stereo shop and put in a kick-ass sound system.
An 8-track.
Forget the motor, forget the tires, sound system.
8-track.
8-track. I don't know if you can fit all these tracks on. Yeah.
2 of them, 16-track. All right. Fantastic. Thank you very, 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 very much for that. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go and have a little hug and a cry in the corner now. Dave's taken me there.
Excellent. All right. So that's it for tonight, or for this episode. And let us
see you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side. Cheers, mate.